Southwestern Sydney's leading provider of vital community services continues to excel in service delivery and in the care of those most in need. With a strong culture of meeting challenges head-on and quietly going about doing what is needed, Core Community Services is an award-winning organisation recognised for its leadership and agility during critical times and in a crisis. Even in the COVID pandemic, Core kept the wheels turning in aged and disability care, children's services, vital assistance to multicultural communities, and in youth services. Core's Chief Executive Officer, Juana Reynoso, describes some of the challenges and how the organisation stepped up to ensure vulnerable community members and those most at risk were given vital assistance.
Through the pandemic, we had to have different responses. Our children's services, we kept them running throughout the pandemic. We had to ensure that staff followed the safety protocols to make sure that each family that brought their child to the childcare centre had peace of mind that they did so in a safe environment. Our youth programs, so we had more interaction with young people through different technologies, Zoom and Teams, and they became the way to stay connected with our vulnerable young people that we care for through our refuges. Our residential workers were the real heroes of trying to ensure that these kids were safe, cared for in an environment where we supported their education to ensure that they still were able to have the homeschooling, but through a refuge setting, which is quite different and it's very challenging. With our multicultural communities and community connections programs, we did a lot of the work through that in supporting families that didn't have incomes. Not everyone could access the job seeker payments. So there was a lot of need, especially in the Fairfield area, for people to have material assistance. And I think that's where we as an organisation really came to our forefront of supplying and working in partnership with other organisations in the area to make sure that families had food on the table, that they didn't have to go out. So we provided food parcels to the community. Through the most harrowing time of it, we were getting hundreds of calls for people to get that type of assistance. Through our aged care and disability programs, we had to make sure that the uttermost care was taken in ensuring there was no risks of a staff member going to one residence to another residence and taking the virus with them. We had to make sure that those safety rules were adhered to, that our staff were safe, the clients were safe, there was no cross-contamination happening in the community.
Of course, meeting this huge demand requires the support of Core's dedicated staff and partnering with other organisations to deliver the help needed where shortfalls were unavoidable.
Recently, through the CEST Awards, we won an award for the partnership through COVID that we had with other organisations in the Fairfield area, working with Fairfield City Council, Woodville Alliance, Community First Step and Parks Community Network, in ensuring that there was supply of financial assistance, material assistance and food parcels. So there was a real collaboration, and I think Fairfield is quite unique.
The impact of Core's exceptional response to the pandemic and decades of community support has led to many awards, and most recently to 3 highly acclaimed Zest Awards, which showcase and recognise the innovative work of the community sector across Western Sydney. CEO Juana was also inducted into the Zest Hall of Fame. Chair of the Core Community Services Board, Yvonne Santalucia, recounts the pride in seeing the much-deserved recognition given to her organisation and its people.
I'm sure my face already is telling you how proud we are, myself and the board, that we have been recognized in this way. And when you receive a recognition like we recently have, it really gives you that new energy and that sense of, wow, we must be doing better than we thought we were. Well, we start, I suppose, with Juana being inducted in the Hall of Fame and having the recognition for Juana for embedding the shared vision and bringing people together the way she does. It gives you that reassurance that, yes, we are going in the right track. Another of the awards was about recent work around COVID and partnerships. And that award has provided, again, that recognition that the work we've been doing for many, many years gave fruit in a time when it's most needed. When something like an award presentation, like a night when you sit and reflect and you get recognized for actually doing what you think is the right thing to do, it's just such an important moment of stopping and saying, okay, this is how we all should be working together, because this is how you achieve. The pandemic definitely put a test on the structure and the foundations of the organization.
For Yvonne Santalucia and her board members, the COVID-19 pandemic hit the southwestern Sydney community with unprecedented severity, but shines a light on the culture and commitment of CORE to step up to the challenges. The board chair says the pandemic experience has given her community services organisation a lot of strength, but the bigger message is how working with community and volunteers is its own reward.
It's amazing how quickly they adapted and they say, yes, I can do this. How people were willing to change their job to adjust to what needed to happen. And I think it's because of the culture of, yes, we are here to service and with respect. You know, if we respect each other as an organizations, as peers, as workers, the same thing will transfer to the community.
The board chair says the pandemic experience has given her community services organisation a lot of strength, but the bigger message is how working with the community and volunteers is its own reward.
And I think it's a reminder of people the importance of being involved in your community and being involved in organizations that are looking to embrace the community and embrace individuals that then working together can make such a difference.
As society slowly emerges from the pandemic, experts worldwide are warning that the imposed social isolation has consequences and reintroducing face-to-face contact is critical. Juana Reynoso outlines CORE's approach to dealing with this difficult problem.
We've been very careful on who we bring back. In saying that, it's really important to have that social connection. There's been a lot of isolation through this period. For us, it's been about making sure that we identify those vulnerable people that require that connection and finding ways to make them feel connected to community, but not putting them at risk at the same time. For the future, a lot of consideration needed in the mental health of individuals. Mental health issues will be with us long after COVID has come and gone.
For now, CORE is returning to normal operations where possible. It continues to have a major impact on the lives of people like Darren Contista and Shirley Robertson, who use the organisation's disability services.
CORE has helped me realise a talent to boost my confidence, my self-esteem. It's good to have a very good team behind you. Since 2019, I've been writing a lot of music. I've probably written over 300 tracks of music.
They've always been there for me. Even after hours, if we have a problem, I'll speak to Luana or Donna or my support worker who comes to my house.
CORE's work supporting many multicultural groups and in partnering with youth services organisations to provide care packages for youth in need has also seen a resurgence and continues to make a stronger community.
Thank you guys, the youth, for coming out today and for taking the time to give back to the community, do a bit of service.
CORE Community Services is fulfilling its mission of providing tailored and diverse services that empower the community to live independent lives and make choices aligned to their aspirations and wellbeing goals. And in the words of CEO Juana Reynoso,
So CORE stands for Care, Opportunity, Respect and Empowerment. And these are the values that we have as an organisation. So whenever we work through any of our services or with any individual, these are the 4 fundamental values that we work with them on. We ensure that we take care, that we give people opportunity, that we respect every individual, Everyone has a story to tell, and respecting that story and understanding their background is so important. Through our services, we hope to empower people to make sure that they can overcome whatever challenges they're having in life and empower them to move forward in life and achieve whatever goal it is that they want to achieve.